Okay, finally. So I was about to record a video, but my sister came home like right as I was about to do it. So I'm trying to talk like kind of low, but as you can tell by the title of the video, I wanted to talk just about like my social anxiety and like where I'm at with that. I can say that last time that I filmed those updates, I like wasn't nervous at all, but now I'm like super nervous. So it kind of just shows you that really social anxiety kind of like fluctuates day to day, and sometimes you can have like a really good day where it's like you almost don't even have it, but then other days it's a lot worse and you get more nervous or whatever. So yeah, today's one of those days. Social anxiety. It, my social anxiety is definitely still there. At this point, like reflecting on my journey with it, I guess, it kind of just seems like it's inherently part of who I am, and I've just come to accept the fact that I'll always have it. It can scale, like I was saying, from barely anything to severe or somewhere in the middle, but I'll definitely always have it because as far back as I can remember, even as a kid, I feel like that perpetuating anxiety, like at school, walking to school, or just any type of social interaction with other people. But that said, I'm doing infinitely better than a couple years ago, and I kind of just wanted to talk how I'm doing better now than before. So for example, I'm actually comfortable with who I am now. I don't really care like what people think about me. I mean, to an extent I do, because I feel like everyone kind of cares about how they're perceived, but overall I'm happy with who I am, and that's really all that matters to me now. I don't constantly worry like what people think about me anymore, and I don't always have this need for approval from other people. That used to be a big thing with me, where I would just keep like searching like externally for like approval or acceptance, and I didn't realize that in order to feel comfortable with myself, it needs to come from inside, and I need to be okay with who I am, and I need to accept myself, and really it comes down to what you think about yourself, and I guess people who you're close with, what they think about you. It doesn't really matter what a random stranger on the street or people, schoolmates or whatever, think about you. And I just used to be so hung up on that and like obsessed with what every single person who saw me thought about me, and really it just doesn't matter at all. So now if I do catch myself doing it, I'll do like a reality check, and I'm like, does it matter? No, it doesn't. So just this whole mindset, because it really is a mindset, and it takes a while to like get out of that cycle of always searching for approval. But now I am so much happier thinking how I do now, just being okay with myself. I wear like, before I would kind of like be really rigid in how I dressed, and I had to dress a certain way to like hide my flaws and whatnot, and the way I do my hair even. So it's just given me a lot more freedom in my choices, because I do like whatever I want if I like it, and I feel confident in it. No matter if I'm scared of what other people will think I look like. That's how I used to think. Now I'll just wear whatever I want, and a thing with me before is that I don't think in any of my videos from like 1 or 2 years ago I ever used to do my hair straight or down. That was like this weird thing of mine. Like I thought I looked like hideous with my hair straight or down, so I never used to wear it like that for like pretty much the whole time my anxiety was really severe, because I think it has to do with that I was kind of like living in past traumas, because in high school I used to do my hair like straightened down, and that was when my like bullying and anxiety was the worst. So I felt like something was wrong with me if I straightened my hair or something. So I got past that. I actually like my hair straight better than anything else now, and that just has to do with what I like. So I'm happy that now I'm doing things for me and out of love for myself and not out of fear anymore. So that's like a huge step, just being able to express myself physically however I want to, because now I'm working on like loving myself and all that. Another example is last term I actually made like friends in pretty much all of my classes, which is like never happened for me since my sophomore year. I was 15, so like 7 years. Because I was so comfortable with myself, it kind of goes off of the first point I talked about. Because I'm comfortable with myself now, it's a lot easier for me to just not really have any negative thoughts ever. Like, for the most part, I come from a happy place and I'm usually in a good mood. So like in my different classes, it's a lot easier for me to open up to people or start a conversation, which is unheard of for me, because I used to never ever initiate conversation unless someone did it first. But now I'll just think of some random question. Like, a lot of the time you just go from like homework or something, you're like, oh, did you do the homework, or how's this class going for you so far, or whatever. And usually people are super receptive to that, and they'll, they're happy to have a conversation with me, and that's exactly how I am when others talk to me. I'm thrilled if anyone talks to me. So that actually happened. I actually have an example the other day in class. This girl like had printed out the PowerPoint notes, and I had meant to do that, but I forgot. And I noticed that she did it, and I was like, kept wanting to say something like, oh, are those the PowerPoint notes? But then something was holding me back, so I took like 2 minutes, and it was like this internal debate of should I say something or should I not, because I just wanted to start a conversation with someone, because I don't know anyone in that class, and it's like a big lecture class. So finally I was like, I thought like I would be so happy if someone talked to me, so then I just like talked to her and we had a little conversation. It was fine. So I'm definitely making a lot of progress in that regard, just talking to random people in my classes. And some specific examples from last term, I haven't made too many friends this term yet, but it only started a week ago, so I think I have some time for that. But last year, this was the first time I've ever done this, and I met up with someone outside of class to study for chemistry. He was actually my lab partner, and he was like super cool, or he is super cool. He's actually in my chemistry class now. But yeah, he asked me if I wanted to study one time, and I was like super happy, and then we ended up studying super late at the library, and then I think for the next 1 or 2 tests we also studied together. So that was something to look forward to, and it was really fun, like having someone to study with instead of it just being like a boring solo thing. So yeah, I'm hoping that this year I'll also make a few friends, and not necessarily like friends, because I really haven't had a friend, like someone who I could hang out with outside of school for a long time, but I mean just acquaintances and stuff in my classes. And I don't want to drag on too much with this video, so I just wanted to kind of tell you guys how I'm doing. Again, social anxiety just like kind of comes in waves, and right now I'm at a really good place, but it does vary from day to day. But I just try to stay positive and hope for the best in every situation. And I just wanted to also touch on depression, because I feel like social anxiety and depression are extremely interrelated. Like, when you're just isolated and hopeless all the time about how you'll always be alone and you have no friends and nobody likes you, blah 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 blah, just all the social anxiety like beliefs that you have in your head. It's very, very common, I feel like, to have a struggle with depression, and for me, I struggled big time with depression. It was to the point where every day I would rather just die, or just not necessarily even, well, at a point, yes, I did definitely want to die, but just to not exist, just to like cease existing, because it was just such a struggle to just go about day-to-day things that seemed so simple for everybody else. It was super hard for me. So I went from that point, which was about 2 to 4 years ago, that whole time period, to now, most days. Again, it does fluctuate, but I no longer hate my life, or despise myself, or dread my future, which is what it was like before. I was not excited to start my day ever. I was just always in such a bad mood, and now it's like the complete opposite. I'm usually really excited about what the day will bring, so that's really, I think, a step in the right direction, and I never thought I'd be able to get over my depression. But in my next video, the tips that I'm going to tell you guys of what's helped me have completely have everything to do with how I overcame my depression. And if I stop doing some of these things, or if I kind of like don't really keep up on it, then my depression definitely creeps back up. So be on the lookout for that video, and I'll see you guys in a little. I think I might just record that now. I always like record 2 videos at a time just because I figure, why not? So thanks for watching if you watched this far. Bye.